When I say the word investing, what pops into your head? Probably stocks, right? Real estate, maybe some complex market stuff that feels, well, a little out of reach. We're taught that investing is this big external thing. But what if the most powerful investment tool we have is actually hiding in plain sight, right inside our own closets?
So, here's the big question we're diving into today. What if your closet, that space you're in every single morning, is actually a practice ground, a laboratory for building wealth consciousness? It sounds a little out there, I know, but stick with me. This idea might just change how you see everything.
Exactly. The way we usually talk about investing makes it feel so complicated and separate from us. It's like we're supposed to navigate this huge, confusing city without a map. But the whole idea we're exploring here is about bringing it back home, making it personal, and starting with something you can literally touch.
Okay, so let's start with a pattern that I think a lot of us will recognize, maybe a little too well. We're calling it the scarcity pattern. This is all about that chase for a good deal and how that bargain hunting mindset can end up costing us way more than just money.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The author talked about spending years hunting for sales, buying, 3 cheap bags instead of 1 good one, thinking more for less was the smartest way to live. On the outside, it looked like a savvy strategy, but underneath, it was just scarcity calling the shots.
And here's the breakdown. Side by side. On the left, you got the logic we tell ourselves. I'm being smart. I'm getting a deal. Quantity over quality. But then look at the right side. That's the real hidden price we pay. It's that quiet disappointment when the cheap thing breaks. It's the closet full of clothes that don't really feel like you. And it's this slow, creeping sense that maybe this is all you deserve. And boom, there it is, the real root of it all. This was never really about the money. It was about belief. The author had this huge realization that she was constantly choosing more because deep down she didn't feel worthy of better. That is such a powerful insight into our own spending habits. So, how do you even begin to break a pattern that deep? Well, a lot of the time, it starts with one single, different choice. And that brings us to the turning point in this story. The shift. The one purchase that started to rewrite that entire internal script of scarcity. So picture this. It's 2013, and the author does something that feels completely terrifying. She walks into a store and buys one beautiful, expensive leather bag. Not on sale, no special occasion, just because she wanted it. And the change was instant. She literally felt herself stand taller, move differently, and that's when the insight hit. She could feel in her body the difference between shrinking herself to fit a price tag versus expanding into the power of her own choice.
And this part is absolutely crucial. This wasn't for anyone else. It wasn't about getting compliments or showing off. In fact, most people probably didn't even notice the bag. But she noticed. She felt that shift inside herself, and that was the only validation that mattered.
That one experience just completely reframed what quality even means. It stopped being about luxury or extravagance. Quality became an act of self-respect. It's choosing things that honor you, that are made to last, because you are made to last.
Okay, so one big purchase can give you this amazing light bulb moment. But how do you turn an insight into a real, lasting habit? Well, that's where this idea comes in, of treating your wardrobe as a daily practice. Basically, turning your closet into a spiritual tool. So here are the new rules of the game. First, figure out what actually makes you feel incredible, your unique silhouette. Then, invest in fabrics that feel good on your skin, that honor your body. And yeah, you're going to skip the sales rack unless something on it is already a perfect fit for your vision. And the big one, stop buying things just because they're trending. Buy them because they feel true to who you are. This becomes the ultimate filter. It's the new gatekeeper for your closet. Before you buy anything, you ask this. Not, is it on sale or is it cool right now? But, does this item reflect the version of myself that I am actively stepping into? It changes everything. And the actual process is pretty simple, but it is powerful. Step 1 has nothing to do with buying. It's about letting go. You go in your closet and you get rid of anything that makes you feel small or less than. Then, step 2, you stop the random impulsive shopping. Instead, you create one intentional shopping day a month, with the goal of finding one complete outfit that you absolutely love.
And what happens when you do this is pretty amazing. You actually start saving money, but it doesn't feel like you're restricting yourself. It's because you're spending with such clear purpose. All that money that used to just disappear on random deals, it now has a mission, and your closet slowly transforms into this beautiful, curated space that's a perfect reflection of you. All right, let's zoom out for a second. What this whole practice is really teaching us is that the true goal of investing isn't just about making your money grow. It's about making your sense of alignment grow. So here's the bottom line. Every single time you make an intentional purchase, doesn't matter if it's a $10 t-shirt or a $1,000 coat, you're casting a vote. You're sending a direct message to yourself and to the universe about what you believe you're worthy of.
And this brings us to what might be the best definition of wealth consciousness I've ever heard. It has nothing to do with your bank balance. It's about having the courage to consistently choose things that reflect your true worth, especially in those small, private moments when nobody else is looking. That's where the real work happens.
Because it's all the same muscle. Seriously, the strength you build by choosing self-worth in your closet is the exact same strength you'll use to ask for a raise, to set a firm boundary with someone, or to make a huge financial decision. It all starts small.
So with all of that swirling around, we're going to wrap this up with an invitation. Not to find all the answers right now, but just to sit with a few questions and see what comes up for you.
First one, think beyond the closet for a minute. Where else in your life might you be choosing quantity over true alignment? Maybe in your friendships, the projects you take on at work, how you spend your free time? Just notice where you might be settling for more instead of what's true. Here's a powerful one. Imagine the next time you go to buy something. What if the price tag was totally irrelevant? What if the only thing that mattered was, how much does this feel like me? What would you choose differently? And what does that choice tell you?
And finally, a little call to action. What's one intentional investment? And remember, it doesn't have to be clothes or cost a lot of money. It could be a book, an online class, or even just an hour of your time blocked off for yourself. What is one choice you can make this month that casts a powerful vote for the person you are becoming? The practice starts now.